So Alex Jones loves to pretend like he's anti-establishment. Well, he let the mask drop over the weekend when he decided to upload a short video of Ronald Reagan giving a speech and basically making a dad joke.
The candidate looked around for a podium from which to give his speech, and the only thing he could find was a pile of that stuff that Bess Truman took 35 years trying to get Harry to call fertilizer. So he got up on the mound, and when they came back, he gave his speech. And at the end of it, the farmer said, "That's the first time I ever heard a Republican speech." And the candidate said, "That's the first time I've ever given a Republican speech from a Democratic platform."
I love the title, "From the Grave, Reagan Destroys the Democrats." That was the lamest joke I've ever heard in my life. Now, the audience was laughing, of course, but why were they laughing? Number one, I think it was at a Republican convention. Number two, it's from the 1980s. That was edgy in like 1983. You get it? You get it? The Democrats are shit. Their platform is shit. Because we don't like them and we don't agree with them, so they're shit. What happened, Mr. Edgy Outsider? I thought you were Mr. Edgy Outsider. I thought you're Mr. Illuminati's Bilderbergs. They've controlled this country for a long time. There's a conspiracy going on. Well, all of a sudden, you are the most mainstream Republican ever. I mean, this is the guy who keeps, even after disagreeing with Trump, like on Syria, he immediately, the next day, he's right back to blowing Trump. So what happened? I thought you're Mr. Edgy Outsider. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Alex, you now are the establishment. You are the establishment. You're just Mr. Republican establishment. That's it. Oh, how sad is he, man? Holy shit. I want to... let's look at some of the comments in the video. Absolutely brilliant. Reagan was the equivalent to a 1980s shit poster, constantly trolling the Democrats with campy jokes. The Gipper! LOL, I was a very young woman when he was our president. He was the greatest of all time. America loved him. Rest in peace, Mr. President. Shouted from the rooftops. Demon rats. Ha ha ha! You get it, Democrats? Demon rats? MAGA! I shook his hand once. I was 13 and dove over two adults in front of me who cut me off to shake his hand. He saw them do that to me and he saw me push back and he went out of his way to shake my hand. Awesome. Good stuff. 10 years ago, you were against Reagan. Ooh, one real comment. I like that. Next one. Reagan was no angel. Boom. Another person who actually is like, wait, Alex, you keep contradicting yourself. Reagan brought this country back from the dead with his tax cuts after Jimmy Carter drove the final nail in our coffin. However, the banning of new manufacturing of full auto firearms got passed under his watch. Another one. Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. Damn, I miss him. Johnny Carson, Optimus Prime, and Ronald Reagan, when all was good with America. So, I don't know how many comments we read there, but out of 15 or so, maybe 2 of them were like, hey, wait a second, man. I thought you were, like, since when did you just become a standard Republican? I thought you were against Reagan. Because that's, listen, how many times have we seen this happen with different pundits? When you actually don't stand for anything, over time, your facade crumbles. Like Alex Jones, again, I know I mention this every time we do a segment on him, but let me ask you, what does he believe in policy-wise? Forget all the Illuminati and conspiracy stuff. What does he stand for policy-wise? What's he in favor of? It's hard. You have to think about it. Like, I actually don't know. Now, he says he's like libertarian-ish, but then oftentimes he liked Trump's protectionist talk, for example, during the campaign. So that's the opposite of libertarianism. So what is it? He doesn't have real policy beliefs and convictions, because that's not what he's mostly about. He's about getting his face in front of a fucking camera and, getting attention wherever the fuck he can find it and causing controversy. And he's kind of like a Kardashian in a way. Like, it's just vapid, empty, like, look at me! And then now he hitched his wagon to Donald Trump. And obviously, doing the same thing now, standard Republican bullshit. The Gipper! Ronald Reagan destroyed Democrats from the grave with a shitty dad joke. So anyway, my main point in doing this segment is he's not anti-establishment. He's not edgy. He's not an outsider. He actually represents, ultimately, he props up a system that is the exact kind of system that he loves to pretend like he's against at other times, which is, you know, run by elites. It's a corporate system. It's an oligarchy. I mean, if you're a big fan of Trump and Ronald Reagan, then basically what you are is a lover of tax cuts for the rich, a lover of deregulation for Wall Street, which leads to the next crash. So next time there is a crash and this idiot comes out there and pretends like he's got all the answers and it really is about this giant conspiracy and Alex Jones is against the crash and, you know, he was the one telling you all along that it was coming or something. No. Remember, he's the guy who loves to fall in line behind and protect the people who are responsible for the policies that bring us the crash. Whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's Ronald Reagan, who also, he's the one who did Reaganomics, the trickle-down economic. Cut taxes for the rich and deregulate. So even though he pretends at times like he's massively anti-establishment, there's nobody more pro-establishment than Alex Jones, and yet again, this proves it.